When the zombie apocalypse hits, this should be your new everyday carry knife. Hello, what's going on everybody? My name is Peter and today I'm gonna show you this monster of a knife by Cold Steel, which is called 1917 Frontier Bowie. So of course we all know Cold Steel, right? And a great American company. They produce their knives in many different countries. And this particular one is made in India. And of course, it doesn't mean that this is some kind of low quality knife. No, I think these guys in India, they're doing a really great job producing these. Yeah, but first of all, I must tell you that I'm super excited to finally get my hands on it and to be able to record a review for you. And you know what? My first impression, my first thought was like, oh my God, I just fell in love with this knife. It is gorgeous and it is very intimidating at the same time. And you can call me crazy, but when I got it for the first time, I wasn't able to let it go. Like, I grabbed that and I was holding it and I was swinging around with it and playing with it. I wasn't able to stop. It felt so addictive and satisfying to just play with this little knife. And, and my second thought was, oh my God, this is like one of the most, this is a very beautiful knife, but at the same time, it is the most intimidating knife that you can see that I've seen on the internet by far. I think it's even more intimidating than the original Jim Bowie's knife. And I also think that when you're carrying this by your belt, you're actually not allowed to fear anything. I call this. Let me tell you a quick story. Recently, I was walking through the woods with my dog, and it was evening, and I had this little knife by my belt. And it was almost dark, and I was hearing some. I didn't have headphones, of course, and I was hearing things around me. And actually, I was thinking, like, come on, are you trying to scare me? Like, what are you? A boar? I don't know, a wild dog? A wolf? Come at me! Come at me! I'm not afraid. I fear nothing. I'm invincible. Yeah, don't get me too serious here because I'm totally aware of that. If I just met a bear, I'm putting my money on a bear now. So don't get me wrong here. So since then, I actually call this how should I translate this? A fear extinguisher, because it doesn't just it's not letting you to be afraid of anything. All right, but enough of this. Let's talk about the knife and let's do some measurements and check the weight because it's gonna be interesting. It is rather a sword. Can you see that? It is over 17 inches long, and so it's like 44.5 centimeters. The blade is almost 12 inches long, which is like over 31 centimeters. So it is actually a short sword. Like, I don't know. Yeah, let's see how thick the blade is. It's 5 millimeters thick. Yeah, 5 millimeters thick. And now the weight. So it's gonna be interesting. I think it's 1 pound and 1 pound and 7.5 inches. I don't know how should I put this in English. I'm sorry. But the grams is like I think 666 or something like that. 666. Right. So it is heavy. And let's talk about the materials now and the construction of a knife. So the steel is 1085 high carbon steel, which is cool because it makes this knife a really trusted and a tough tool, right? It is a full tank construction, which is also a very great thing, we can see the tank here. And some people, yeah, I was reading some comments that, yeah, some people think that this is not a legit full tank because it's covered from this side. You can see that. But I kind of disagree because, if we can see the tank here, then come on, it is a legit full tank to me. And the handle is made from rosewood, which is great because, the style of a knife matters and the rosewood fits here perfectly. Yeah, I'm so glad they didn't put micarta or G10 here. Like, it should be it should have a wooden handle, and this rosewood is beautiful. So yeah, of course, wooden handle can be destroyed easier than micarta, of course, but the style of a knife, it really does matter, and that's a fact. And yeah, but I don't like the coating on the handle. As you can see, I already started to scratch this coating off because the rosewood you can see that it is beautiful, and I really don't think I need this coating. You cannot feel this, but yeah, I think it feels kind of sticky and it's dark, and I don't like that. I think this wood is so beautiful. It shouldn't be coated. And yeah, let me know what you think. But I think that this beautiful wood will make such a great contrast with this black coated blade. So yeah, I'm gonna scratch this off. So yeah, maybe let's check the the factory new edge now. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like it's pretty sharp. Let's check if we can cut this piece of paper. Yeah, I think we can. But I must say it's very inconvenient to cut a paper with this kind of knife. The one thing is for sure, and that is, you're not gonna be cutting paper with this. You're gonna be fighting zombies and other ugly things. Yes, this is your everyday carry knife when the zombie apocalypse hits. I'm not a big fan of these tests anyway. As you can see, it cuts easily. But come on, it's a fighting knife. You're not gonna be doing this. So yeah, I would say that the better test for this one would be buy like a zombie torso from I don't know, Dummy Labs, like on this channel, yeah, Kentucky Ballistics, for example, and then do some damage to the zombie with this one. So yeah, maybe let me tell you about the things that I like here and the things that I don't like about this knife. I absolutely love this knife, but I'm always trying to find weaknesses. And I found two weaknesses here and that I would change actually. And the first thing is this finger choil. Because to me, it's of course, yeah, it's subjective, right? But to me, it's like 2 millimeters too far from the guard. I think like if it would be like 2 millimeters to the left, it would be so comfortable to hold this, to hold the knife this way. I'm feeling like I feel like my finger is too far from my main grip, and I'm not able to describe this properly. And my hands are not very small. I think they're rather average. And I don't know, maybe it's just a knife for people with big hands. I don't know, but keep that in mind that this finger choil is like far away to me. It's subjective, of course, but I would love to have this just 2 millimeters to the left, and it would be much more comfortable to hold in this way. And the second thing is the coating on the handle. I already told you about that. And what about the things that I like? So yeah, except these two things that I just told you about, everything is freaking great here. Like, I absolutely love this S guard because it's not too long, so it makes it, yeah, you can easily access your handle, and it is not too short, so it gives you protection here. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love the fullers here. Like, it reduces the weight of the blade and it looks cool, so it's great. Yeah, and I also think that you just cannot hate this beautiful clip point blade shape here and the overall style of the knife. And I must say I like the handle very much because I was thinking that it will be boxy and uncomfortable because it looks like it is boxy and uncomfortable. Uh, you can see that it is some kind of square, right? So it looks like it is uncomfortable, but it fits in the hand perfectly, actually. Yeah, I kind of disagree with all these comments because I was reading some comments that, yeah, people were saying that the handle is, very uncomfortable. I disagree. Yeah, but actually, the best thing about this knife is that this is a great tool, like reliable, very tough tool made from high carbon steel with full tank construction, but at the same time, you're getting a very beautiful but also extremely intimidating large Bowie knife. So you have a beautiful knife, intimidating knife, and a great, well trusted tool at the same time. I must say, I really love that. And another cool thing that you cannot dislike here is this sheath, which fits the style of a knife perfectly. It's a leather sheath, but here you have, it's made from some kind of steel. And leather sheath. And I'm not some kind of leatherwork expert, but I don't think it's a crappy leatherwork. It just seems to be well made, and it feels so. Yeah, but the best thing actually about this sheath is that it's extremely convenient to use. This thing, it moves, but it doesn't. It's not dangling thing. It will not be dangling like crazy because you have to put some pressure on it to move this, but not too much. And the best thing is that you don't have to play with all these stripes and little belts here. You know what I mean. You're just putting it on your belt and you're kind of ready and flexible when you will be sitting or standing. It doesn't matter. You're ready and in every situation. And the next thing, look at that. You will not lose your knife very easily, and at the same time, you do not have to play with all this little piece of little elements here. It is a great sheath. I wasn't expecting that this will be this great, actually. So yeah, this is the type of a knife that when you're holding it, you're doing some thinking. I was thinking that if death was a figure, and let's say her primary weapon is a scythe, then this is probably her secondary weapon, or you know what I mean. Yeah, and I was also thinking, when I was watching a movie called Alamo, when the Americans were defending their territory, and I by the way, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's great. And the Americans were defending their territory, and there was Jim Bowie, and we all know Jim Bowie, and he was carrying his legendary knife, right? And I was thinking, oh my God, is my knife even more intimidating than his? So yeah, it's another cool thing about having this knife. And I really enjoyed it. And I will probably record another review in a couple of months when I will be experienced using it, actually. And so that will be all for today. And please let me know what you think, and see you in another video.